Hey, my name's Aaron Cordles. This is a speech on education reform. My subject, or my leaning point, is Common Core. Um, Today, students everywhere are feeling the wrath, possibly some of the worst ideas that have become part of learning today, including parts of Common Core. Common Core is a kind of a setup. It's a general or generalized learning thing. It's more standards than anything. It's not, and it's general. Like I said, it's generalized, um, not individualized, which is why it's not good. Um, when you don't go individualized, you're not reaching out to some of the other. You're not reaching out to some of the students. Some of the students may not get it. Well, some of the teachers don't know how to teach other than to them because of the Common Core. Um, they only know how to teach to the standards that Common Core tells them to. The tests that you take are set up to Common Core standards. Um, the te- the teachers are taught told to teach to these tests, or not to the tests. They don't. The tests vary. They're like only 2% of the teaching or whatever is supposed to be towards the test. Um, Math is one of the biggest, and that's one of the biggest jokes I've ever seen. Um, I'm glad that my high school career, I ended it in 14. That was my graduation year, and our school was just starting to adopt it. Um, and I'm really glad that I got out of there before it hit, because I would have definitely failed math. Um, Math is so much easier at old school than it is now. Um, instead of the 10 or instead of the two-step equation, multiplication equation, you're going 4, 5, 6 steps, and it's just you learn the same stuff, and you learn it the same way. You learn it, everything is the same. It's just supposed to get a little bit more in detail. Um, um, my sources that I'm using are video, Common Core 101. It's a 5-minute breakdown with Dr. Duke Pesta. Um, it's a really he kind of rips apart Common Core. He goes into detail, says or going into telling how it's majorly funded by Bill Gates, who dropped in $6 billion into this legislation. He's the primary funder of Common Core. There is another. There's one of the states. 48 of these states, or 48 of the 50 states, have adopted Common Core. Two of those states are smart states. They don't want anything to do with it. They want to stay old school. Kudos to them. I am proud of them. Arizona, as told in one of the articles that I found on SIRS, is trying to back out of Common Core. They have already passed a bill, or legislation has already gone through the school board, education school board, there we go, or the education board has already agreed to letting them. They took out the copyright. They took out the copyright of Common Core and allowed Arizona schools to change the standards. Um, they no longer teach math the way Common Core tells them to. They teach it old school, which everybody should learn it that way. For example, 5 times 3 is 15. The way I learned it was 5 plus 5 plus 5 is still 15. Today, my answer was wrong. Doesn't make sense, but it was wrong. Today's answer, you need it to, since it's 5 times 3, would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 15. If it's anything else, it is wrong. It makes no sense because it doesn't matter. It makes no difference how you write it. The answer is still the same, but no one realizes that. So, another portion off the video, I don't really, Common Core really, I never came off the video. But education reform, you got, the video I really didn't understand the whole education reform, I'll be honest with you. To me, it was more showing the style of learning for them. Studio H was more hands-on. It was more individualized / group projects. It was it was a target group. They did a lot. They learned a lot, and they got places faster. You go to school, and it's not individualized. It's It's generalized. If you don't understand it, tough luck. The teacher will try his hardest, to get you to understand, but no promises. Back in the good old days, teachers knew how to teach to students. If a student didn't understand, he or she would easily be able to restructure it to their strengths so they can understand. So, I don't think Common Core as a whole should be taken out. I don't think it should be abandoned 100%. But I really do think that they need to relook at it and restructure it. Because there's a lot of things in Common Core and in this new reform that may need a little bit more tweaking, so it's a little bit easier or it's a little bit more individualized, a little bit more specific to the students, not generalized. So if, say, student A or student B, student A is a A plus student, student B is a F or is a D student. Obviously, the D student's not understanding. Well, the teacher she's teaching to what she knows, and what she knows is only getting comprehended by student A. If they can change it somehow to the point where there's multiple lanes or multiple paths to this whole education reform / Common Core, it'd be a lot nicer. Especially if you had 3 or 4, like you had multiple different paths. There's more individualized, there's numerous ways to do this. Instead of, here it is, take it, leave it, that's how it comes. Take it or leave it, that's how it comes. That doesn't always work. It's take it, do with what you want with it, and it'll come out the way it's supposed to be. That's how I learned. That's how everybody should keep learning, not this new way. That's kind of where I'm going to end that argument. I think they should change it. They should relook at it and restructure it, but I don't think they should completely change it or take it out. So, yeah. The end? I don't know how to end this, but that's me ending it.